out?
A few reasons. She, she had never been out of her little town. Mm-hmm. She didn't go to college. She didn't. So when this whole experience happened to her and she got out and, she was very affected by it.
Like how?
We'd go out to places in LA and she'd wear sunglasses at night in the places.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
Why?
She just, when you're from a little dinky town and you've never been anywhere and you come to the big LA and, she was overwhelmed because we were getting a little attention and, she just...
Are you serious?
I mean, Big Brother was a bigger deal then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there was no other reality shows on. It was just us and Survivor, so... We'd go to, movie premieres and stuff and go on the red carpet, and she was like... I don't know, I knew I was like, all right, this will be fun for 10 minutes, and then we'll go back to our lives, because it's just not going to be anything more than that, and I knew it, and she had a hard time understanding and accepting that, and... I kept encouraging her, she just left her daughter. I mean, she came out on this show, and she was gone for, 2 months, plus the casting process and all that, and the interviews, and, I mean, she basically gave up a few months of her life. She had a 12-year-old daughter, and after the show, she just, stayed out here. And I was like, aren't you gonna go get her, or are you gonna, go back, or what's your plan? And she just was like... partying and she just didn't, I don't know.
How old was she?
She was 28. And she just, it just also the thing with the engagement, it put all this pressure on us because everyone's like, when are you getting married and stuff? And we couldn't tell anybody. And, I had to go back to work and get readjusted to my life. And, she, through no fault of her own, I mean, where she was from, this was a really, really, really big deal. Right. I mean, the whole town kind of rallied around her, and surrounding areas too.
Yeah.
It was a really big deal. So she had a hard time after.
Do you still talk to her?
She called me, we stopped talking February of that next year, and then we have the birthdays the same week, and we celebrated our birthdays together in the house, so she called me on my birthday, and then we didn't talk for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then just before I came in here, Monica and I were on the phone, and we three-wayed Krista.
What'd she say?
And you didn't hear that story?
No.
Oh, Krista's very delusional, as we said, and when she gets something in her head, it's just the truth, and you can't tell her otherwise, so she comes up with ridiculous situations that just make no sense. I was talking to Monica and I was like, yeah, I'll see you in a few days, because it was the day before we were all flying out here, everyone was flying out here or whatever, so I was like, we probably won't be able to talk, so I'll hopefully see you in the house. And she's like, oh, that's my other line, and she clicked back and she's like, oh, you're not going to believe this, that was Krista. So I was like, oh, would you tell you on the phone with me? And she was like, no, I didn't know if you wanted me to say that or whatever. Let's three-way her. So we three-way her, and Monica, I'm on the line. Monica goes, hey, girl. And Chris is like, hey. And Monica was like, oh, I'm sorry. No, she did say, I'm on with Mike Boogie. I'll call you back. So when we called back, Krista picked up and goes, you know, Mike Boogie, what were you talking about? And Monica was like, oh, the show or whatever. And she's like, girl, you're not going to believe this is Krista talking. Girl, you're not going to believe what he's doing down here. He went on the radio station down here, and he's trying to totally campaign for votes, for, all the Louisiana people, because he was totally playing up our engagement, and it is a big deal down here, and everybody's calling me, and the media's calling me, made up this whole fucking crazy ass story. And I was like, and Monica's obviously uncomfortable because she knows I'm on the line, and I didn't mean to
Does Monica
have her
feel
talk
bad
about.
for her? 'Cause she's
So Monica
delusional?
felt bad for her. So I just butted in, and I was like, "Girl, I didn't go on no fucking radio station in Lafayette, Louisiana." And she's like, "Oh!" You literally heard her go, "Oh!" And she's like, what's up, Boogie? And I was like, hey, what cockamamie story are you telling? I just called her out right then and there. And then Monica just kind of stayed quiet. And I was like, Krista, I didn't go on a radio station. And I'm like, I did nothing for this campaign. I'm like, I don't expect to get voted in. I didn't try to get votes from Louisiana. Like, I made it sound so ridiculous, which it was. And she makes up this whole story how the newspapers came to her house and she told them no comment and they were trying to take her picture, and she wants nothing to do with All Stars, and her lawyers are keeping them away from her, of trying to get her to do it. Like, it's just total fabrication. Like, she sued CBS.
You don't want to ever talk to her
never
again.
be included in anything to do with this show.